Hey guys, this is CardGameKings, and we're coming at you with a deck profile. Not all three of us are here right now, it's just me. I have another channel that I used to do called T Kershaw 99, if you've ever seen that. But we are coming at you with a wind-up deck that I run, and I use in tournaments, and will probably use in Pegasus Challenge. And then we also got the extra deck there. But we're going to start with the main deck, and I'm going to explain what I have so far and how I use it. So right now we want to run 2 Wind Up Knight, both level 4, so good for overlaying for like Utopia or whatever. And then his effect, you can negate attacks for wind ups, so it's good for negating attacks from strong monsters. And then we run 2 Shark. I'm trying to get 3 because when you play 1 shark, you can special another one from your hand, and then change its level to level 3 for Exceed summoning, for like Leviathan or Zenmaines or whatever. But I'm trying to get a 3rd copy of that, because those are pretty good. And then I have only 1 rabbit, sadly. He's good for not negating attacks, but avoiding attacks by being banished until the standby phase. So it's good for avoiding attacks. I'm trying to get more of those. I run 2 dogs. They're good for overlaying for Zenmaines, and then they can also change to level 5. So if I ever get any level 5 Exceed monsters that I'd like to use, I can use that. He also gains 600 attack, getting him up to 1800, which is good. And then I have 2 Honeybee, even though they're only level 1 and their attack and defense aren't the greatest. But what I usually do is if I have one in my hand, I take them, put them set, and then when someone attacks them, I just use that to special summon for like a shark or whatever for Exceed something. And then I have 1 bat. I don't often use bat because I know he's not that popular, and he doesn't have the greatest effect. He can get wind-ups back from the graveyard to your hand by switching his position. But, yeah, I don't plan on getting any more of him, but I just keep 1. And then this one I've actually never seen anywhere else in a video. I just found him in my trade binder. But, wind-up snail. And that's actually good because, what I do is I set him, then flip him, and it has 2000 defense, so that's good. And then I use his effect to destroy like a spell or trap, and you can only use it once out of the whole duel. And I usually use it for like something like Magic Cylinder or MST, something that can just save me. But yeah, that's always good to have, I guess. And then 1 soldier. Trying to get more of those because 1, it's a warrior type, 2, it's a level 4, and 3, if I can get more of him, I can equip more of them with my magnum shields, which basically magnum shields do it gains the defense when it's in attack and vice versa. But yeah, I'm trying to get more of soldier because he's pretty good. You can also change its level. Then we have warrior. He's pretty good as well because he's a level 4. And you can target 1 face-up wind-up monster you control and increase its level by 1. That's also good for Exceed summoning. And, yeah. Then the rest of the monsters I have aren't, like, high level or anything, but they're either used for, like, just in use of a spell card, or they're just, like, staple monsters. So I run 1 Gaga Magician. I decided to run a Gaga Magician because it can change its level, and it can just sometimes help when trying to get Zenmaines out, or Utopia, or Leviathan Dragon, or anything like that. And then we have Effect Veiler. This is pretty simple, guys. It's a tuner, even though I don't run any synchros in this deck, but it's just good for negating effects. Sadly, I only have 1. And before I go on to the next one, I'm also trying to get a wind-up magician, so if anybody has those, please comment. And I know it's limited, so I only need 1. Then, Thunder King Ryo. He's also just used for negating effects most of the time, and since he's a level 4, sometimes he's used for an Exceed Summon, but mainly just for negating effects. Or, sorry, not negating effects, for negating special summons. And then Blue Eyes, I run Blue Eyes because sometimes, like, it's my only actual, like, high-level monster in here, and it can just help to use him sometimes, but most of the time I use him as a monster just for card destruction or something like that, just so I can draw some more cards for the wind-ups. And then I run One Honest. Some of the wind-ups are light monsters, and when you go up against like Constellars or I don't know, elemental dragons, whatever, it can sometimes help, but I just run one of them because I don't really need him that much. Necrogardener, usually I'm sending him to the grave by card destruction or something, and then using his effect so I can negate more attacks. Secret Rare, still looks nice. Breaker the Magical Warrior, I have him just as a monster that I use sometimes. So sometimes it's like this is the only monster in my hand, I'd be like, summon, and then put a counter on him. And it's either I'd keep the counter just so that I can have a higher attack monster, or I would just use the counter to go ahead and destroy, like, an MST or something. Don't use them much, though. Now, moving on to the spells, I have one Weights and Zen Measures. I use this because your opponent, like, picks the level, and, all wind-up monsters change to that level, and if your opponent picked the lowest level, you draw a card, which gets more wind-ups in your hand. And then it's also good for Exceed Summoning, like getting Zen Mains out. But, yeah. One Reincarnation. This is just if I want to add, like, Shark back to my hand, or something like that. I don't really use it much of the time, but basically just like another Reborn. Obviously a staple, Heavy Storm. Pretty simple explanation. Zen Malfunction. This is just for basically defending yourself or just special summoning for another overlay. So I play this, and then it special summons a monster in the grave, or wind-up monster from the grave in defense position, but its effects are negated and it can't be used as a synchro material. But that doesn't matter because I use all Xyz monsters in my extra deck. And then, of course, two MSTs, just regular staples. The Warrior Returning Alive, the reason I run this is because I also run Magnum Shields, as I mentioned before, and I try to keep Soldier and Warrior out on the field, because then if I have a Warrior out on the field and I use a Magnum Shield on him, just one, that's already up to 3,000. But if I use up to like 2 or 3, then he's like off the charts. So I just like to keep that just in case Warrior or Soldier gets destroyed and I just want to get him back without having to use Reborn. And then of course, stable Monster Reborn. Sadly, it's still limited. I wish we could have more, but whatever. One's good. Better than nothing. And then Hand Destruction. Usually I use it with like Blue Eyes and some other non-wind-up monster just so I can draw more. Basic thing. Staple Swords. Pretty simple. We all get it. Then the two Magnum Shields I was talking about. I had got these in the Tekken Galaxy sneak peek. Sadly, I did not win the mat, though. But yeah, seriously. And then I just forgot my third MST. But, yeah. So I run 2, I think. No, sorry. I run 3 MSTs. Pretty simple, though. We all know why we run MSTs here. Just to destroy those spells and traps on the field. And then, Zen Maelstrom. This is basically basically when I activate this, I tribute a wind-up and then special summon 2 wind-ups. So it's just getting more out there, and it's good for trying to Exceed Summon. And then, Sakuretsu Armor. Staple, we all know. Scrap Iron. I don't know if I'd consider it a staple, but I just like it because, 1, it negates attacks, and 2, it doesn't have to go back to the graveyard. It can just be set. Even though it can be only used once per turn, it's still a pretty good card. And then staple, Solemn Judgment, Secret Rare. Not bad, not bad. Overwind. I use Overwind to double wind up monsters' attack and defense. So usually what I do, if I'm really lucky, I'd put a warrior or soldier out, then go Magnum Shield, and then if I'm that lucky, I have another Magnum Shield, put it on that, and that gets it up to like 4,000 or something. And then I activate Overwind, that's been face down, and that doubles it, and that's at like 10,000 or something, and I just totally obliterate. So that's always good to have. Staple, Mirror Forest. Sadly, I don't have another one. I'm trying to get another one from like a Merrick Structure deck or something. Nuthers and Maelstrom, just for special summoning. Sorry if I hit the camera right there. Trap Hole, Staple, Negate Attack, Staple. Just basic things to get rid of monsters and stop attacks. And then this is a card that I pulled in a Order of Chaos special edition, I believe. But yeah, since I like trying to get Zenmains out, this card's called Xyz Reborn. And basically, when Zenmains is dead, I go ahead and activate this, bring Zenmains back from my graveyard, and then I can attach that as Xyz material so that not only I summon Zenmains, but Zenmains can block and attack once, which is also good. So yeah, that's the main deck for you guys. And now we'll move on to the extra deck, and then that'll probably be it. Oh yeah, I also have this legendary windup key. I'm debating whether to put it in or not. I probably will. This is a like 43 card deck, but basically it's a quick spell, and if my windup monsters are in attack and someone attacks, I can just activate this and they're all face down defense again, which is actually good if I have like a honeybee, because then they'll attack like the set monster not knowing which one it is and activating honeybee effect. But yeah, onto the extra deck. So we have number 17 Leviathan Dragon. That's in most extra decks just because one, it's like one of the normal number monsters, and it can get up to 3,000 in attack mode, which is pretty good, even though it has 0 defense. Number 34 Terabyte. I just usually Xyz it in defense and then take control of other monsters. Level 3 or rank 3. Gen Knight Pearl. I just have them because even though it doesn't have an effect, I just have it because it has high attack, and I don't Xyz it much of the time, but I just have it to have it. Photon Propel Operative. I know this isn't a Photon deck, but usually I Xyz summon it with 2 level 4s. And then I equip it to a Magnum Shield since it actually is a warrior. And what I do is I'd equip it, and then I would change a defense monster to attack and make it lose 600 so that it deals more damage if I do attack. Steel Swarm, I actually do this quite often, I guess, because one, I do draw a lot of level 4s, and I'm usually negating special summons of level 5 or higher whenever I go up against like Constellars or Evil Swarms or Is Swarms or whatever. Blade Armor Ninja. I'm trying to get more of them because they're actually pretty good. They can target themselves and then attack again. 2200, and it's pretty good. And then the last one is 2 Wind-Up Zenmains. They're really good actually because they can, even though they only have 1500, I usually put them in defense or something and negate attacks and just help defend myself, and then I use it with like a spell card or whatever. But yeah, that's basically it. So that's the extra deck and main deck, and soon I will probably be posting a contest video or a trade binder video or something, or one of the other people on this channel will be posting a video of a deck profile or whatever. But yeah, this has been the wind-up deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed.